work with you?
On Hot Talk 560,
It
KSFO.
is Friday, another miserable weekend on the Bay Area. Kind of beautiful in a way. I love rain. You can't exercise. You have an excuse to just pig out. I mean, an excuse to just basically be the inner bum that you are. You can revert to being the inner hippie, the inner beatnik, the inner bum. It's beautiful. You can't really exercise. I mean, you can sit in the garage on an exercycle. Pathetic. You're better off staying home watching television. Because here in the Bay Area, and you're going to get walloped in the East Coast, obviously, in the next 3 days after us, given the currents, the air currents. I can't use the boat, which is a relief, actually. It's a funny thing. It's like when I used to love snowstorms when I was a kid in New York. Why? Couldn't go to school. My father had to stay home. So the whole family was together. Little did I know that there was no money coming in, you know. But like you wake up in the storm. Last night was horrible. Everything was banging down by the water. I wake up this morning, and there's the Pelican in the midst of the storm, skimming the top of the bay looking for a meal. I said, wow, poor Pelican. Pelican doesn't have any Obamacare to rely upon. The Pelican, the seagull, the seal has no Obamacare, no food stamps. No, even in a storm, they have to go out and look for fish. It's lucky to be an American. Of course, there's no species on Earth other than the American who works so that those can stay home, others can stay home and not work. It's unheard of in the animal kingdom. You think that pelican would collect fish, bring it back to its nest, and say to the babies, now you wait. I'll give you your half of the fish, but first I have to give it to a Papa Doc pelican who will disperse it to his... Yeah, it's crazy. But you see, we're not animals. See, we're better than animals, the liberal would argue. And we're supposed to take care of the most vulnerable. Well, let me tell you, Jack... I'll tell you who the most vulnerable are. Me, you. The workers are the most vulnerable. We who pay taxes are the most vulnerable. Not the despicable bums in the country. They're not vulnerable. Everything is upside down under this liberal insanity we're living through. Upside down. So what are the most popular children's names? I can't get angry. Aiden? Aiden is the number one name. Aiden, A-I-D-E-N. Number 2, Jackson. Number 3, Ethan. Number 3, Liam. Liam. And number 5 is Mason. I wouldn't name my kid Mason. Girls' names, Sophia, Emma, Olivia, Isabella, and Ava are the top 5 names according to It's Retro, latest trend for baby names. Sophia, Emma, Olivia, Isabella, Ava. Boys, Aiden, Jackson, Ethan, Liam, and Mason. Top boys and girls' names according to a survey. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't understand where the names come from. Another parenting site notes that Isabella and Jacob are the most searched names in 2012. Isabella is number 4 on the Baby Center for girls. Jacob is number 8 for boys, blah, 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 blah. 4 of the top 10 boys' names start with the letter J. Very interesting. When I was young, you were supposed to name a child for a relative that deceased in my tradition. I mean, with a sort of a similar, not the exact. And other guys, you know, they were like their father's and grandfather's name, the second and the third. You know, like Johnson the second, Johnson the third, George Bush the second, George Bush the third, King George the fourth, King George the fifth, that type of thing. But names are interesting.